agree with you. Like they are, so, for me, I always find the liberal smugness really something that drives me nuts, because liberals just assume that everyone who disagrees with them is stupid, as opposed to, hey, maybe I'm not thinking of something that they are. So it's like I've seen this happen thousands of times on Twitter, where it's like the far left and the far right are both saying I'm wrong, therefore horseshoe, as opposed to, what if they are thinking about something I'm not thinking of? And that's exactly the attitude I get from a lot of the Democrats, is that they, just because they have fancy education does not mean that they've actually thought about the issues. You know what I mean?
They, the perfect example I can give, and this is your show, of course, not mine. The perfect example I can give is how much they love that empty suit, Pete Buttigieg. He's an amoral climber. He's a guy that's ambitious to a fault. He has pedigree. He speaks all these languages. He's smooth. He's gay, so they can be, so the liberals can think, hey, look how tolerant we are. But he has the morals of a fucking alley cat. But they look at Bernie Sanders, and he's gruff, and he's common, and he's rough around the edges, and he's a moral, ethical man of great integrity. But the liberals can't fucking stand it. They want Cary Grant. They want some debonair, smooth, Sorkin-esque president that they can look up to. They don't give a shit because their lives are pretty good and they're pretty comfortable. They don't give a shit that Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and all these fucking people won't do a goddamn thing to make people's lives better. They care that they have a certain aesthetic that they prefer. And that's where we are in America.
You're absolutely right. I can't honestly, you took it for me. The one thing that really hit that home was Pete Buttigieg was talking about bringing jobs to South Bend. And then I looked up the Studebakers were like a car company that was pretty decent with their worker rights. And then I looked up Studebaker cars hired like 30,000 people. And then Pete Buttigieg's tech initiatives had 500, it wasn't even close to each other. It was, and then I'm like, oh, wow. It hit me that he wasn't really bringing any jobs back, because before it used to be 30,000 versus 500. And that's kind of what, they seem to act like they're powerless. In Germany, when they shut down a factory, guess what? They have to pay 5 years worth of wages. And in other countries, you can't just shut down a factory because they unionize. Here, I've seen them do it twice, at least in the past few years, one in.
Right, you can negotiate, which frankly, we didn't do that well in the contract. We're trying to get approved now, but you can negotiate the conditions. If they do have a closing, you can negotiate settlement conditions that you'll get healthcare, that you'll get a severance package. Yes, you can. The unions can absolutely positively negotiate the best possible separation package you can get. You have a voice in something like that.
That's and most people don't know this, and so for me, I find it it's amazing that a lot of people just don't know what the unions have done. And for me, I really, one of my favorite songs is the Red Flag song that says, "The people's flag is the deepest red because it's martyred from the," people's flag is, it's an Irish song, Janet, you should know. People's flag is from the martyred dead. Yeah, it's the deepest red because a lot of people gave up their lives for their unions. And
oh yeah. Well, like I said, this is your show, Esha, but in terms of the unions, I saw it. We just, like I said, we got complacent. And here's the thing: the ruling class, the capital class, they're not new at this. They've been trying to turn back the New Deal with the long game strategy for 100 fucking years. They don't necessarily try to get it all at once. They peck away. So you turn around, Reagan comes in to put the death blow to unions, But the whole time the unions have been losing little things here and there, here and there. And next thing you know, they're weakened beyond the point that they're much of a political factor anymore. And when the Democrats talk about, well, you know, we have to be pragmatic or we have to be incremental, first of all, what they're really saying is, I support class warfare. But the other thing they're saying is they don't understand exactly the difference between how the right goes about what they want to accomplish and how we need to seize the moment when it's there to make bold moves, to make lasting moves that we got to pin the fucking right back on their heels for the next 100 years trying to get rid of. They're gonna put in shit right now, and when Republicans come back in 2022 and 24, instead of them having to dig their heels in and get rid of $15 minimum wage or get rid of some great healthcare thing, they're gonna blow it over with a feather, and they're gonna pick up their agenda like it never ended. The Democrats just are keeping their seats warm. That's it, because they won't get something done when they have the power.